Now, you might be wondering, how is it that I got my Bitmoji to say certain things? Like, let's see, nos vemos, te amo, sí. How did I get my Bitmoji to speak in Spanish? Well, I will show you how I got my Bitmoji to speak in Spanish. First, I went into the Chrome all the way up, like in like the Chrome options. Then I went into preferences. Okay. And then I hit this little magnifying glass and I hit languages. Opened it up. And before, it didn't look like this. Before, it actually had English first. And then I guess at some point I had elected Spanish as like a second language. But what I did was I moved Spanish as my first language and then English as my second language. And at first I was like, oh gosh, is it going to like change everything to Spanish? Which isn't like the worst thing in the world, but like my computer language and stuff, like all of that is basically in English for me. And so I was a little worried about that, but it didn't do anything to my browser. It did nothing to my browser. All it did was literally change my Bitmoji. And so my Bitmoji speaks in Spanish now, and it's really cool. And when I copy and paste, my Bitmoji is bilingual now. And so I can, if I start to type compu, like if I'm starting to type computer or computadora, like you don't know which way am I going, it will give me both options, which is really cool. And so there you go. Just add Spanish as your language and put it as your first language. And I suppose you could do this with French as well if you're a French and Spanish teacher, like, or a Spanish and German teacher, or whatever combination you have. Just add languages right here. I hope this was helpful. Ciao.